Hey friends, Raynon here. Today we're going to be doing a Lego vlog / State of the Brick thing. So about, 6-8 months ago we announced that we were kind of going to try and move, and it kind of petered out from there. There's been a couple reasons for that, but first, in the meantime, we have been doing a lot of foot races. We did a lot of these in 2014, 15, and then it kind of fizzled out, and we're trying to get back into it just because we're getting old and need to stay in shape. So we've been doing race reports on Lunchbox's channel. I'll put a link in a card if I don't forget, but I'll put a link to her channel at the end so you can check those out and kind of see me rant about how bad some of the races suck. So back to moving. I was going to use some stock I have, sell it and use it as a down payment on a house, but when I finally started looking at it to do it, it was at its peak, right? It's got a yearly, it gradually goes up, but then it's got this yearly kind of sine wavy up and down, and it peaks in the, February, March, and then goes down just every year. And unfortunately, when I started looking at it, I was all excited because it was at this peak. And then when we got to looking at houses, it kind of did this number, and now it finally went back up. So I set it to sell at, X dollars per share, and it sat there for 8 months. And last week it finally sold, which is awesome. So we have finally the cash money for a down payment on the house, which will be good. Well, depending, I'll get to that in a minute. Might need a little more. Then the second part, one of the main reasons we were going to move is my office was actually moving from staying in Houston, but it was moving from one side of town to the other. So that was far off in the distance when we first started thinking about it, and actually it is the 24th of February 2019, and Friday we packed up our office, and Monday's the first day of the new one. So we will have been there a few days by the time this video comes out. So it's time, because I'm going to have to either commute or move. So the problem is, we've been looking for all summer last year and all fall and all winter, and where we are right now with a house that's comparable to this size down there is about, careful, $75,000 more for the same house. And as you can see, the little tail, want to make an appearance? Say hi. Yeah, so there's an area south of the office that's going to be probably in the 60,000 to 70,000 more range compared to this house that we're in now, and it just varies. A house like this down to close to my old office would have been in the millions, which is obviously significantly more than we paid for this one. So that's, ow, sorry, she's attacking me. We're trying to decide, there's a balance between commute time, house cost, on all this, and when you get over there and the house price goes up, your taxes go up, the cost of living goes up a little bit. So there's all these different factors. So we're trying to decide, stop biting me, where to move to, and when exactly. We don't want to move in the summer, obviously, because it's really hot here, and so there's a lot of things that go into it, but we have 1 or 2 good candidate houses, so that's good. And that's the next point, is money. Our primary goal has been to pay off Lunchbox's ridiculous student loan debt from law school, and that should be paid off here shortly. I sold that stock, so we're probably going to use it to finish paying that off and see what's left over for a down payment. And then I forget what date it is this year, the first couple weeks of March sometime, we usually get our yearly performance bonus from work, so that'll add a little bit to it. I don't know what's going to be. It's hard to say. Sometimes some years it's good. Last year it was really good. Sometimes it's not great. It just depends on how profitable we are as a company. So we'll see. But yeah, once we have that, we can kind of assess the size and dollar volume of a house we want to buy versus, like I said, the commute time, do we want to pay that much more for a house down there, or would it be better just to stay here and drive, 20 extra minutes? it's hard to say. I mean, it's tough. But, so we are going to move. The house is currently, I can show you this room over here, this room, and even the pile of crap behind me here, is, I would say, between 60 and 80%, probably 65, 70% packed, and has been since August. Yeah, it's a mess. It's really depressing to live here because when we can't build, we can't do any hobbies, and we're just kind of in a holding pattern until this happens. So we're both ready, me and Lunchbox, and we're doing our taxes today. Actually, she's out there entering her data into TurboTax, and I'll do mine whenever she gets done. And that's another thing. We weren't sure how much we're gonna have to pay in taxes this year because she is self-employed, and it's a kind of a crapshoot with that. So we'll see. Last year wasn't bad, so hopefully this year won't be either. So I guess my point with all this rant is hopefully in the next month or two we will have Kimmy Cat. She's down there digging at all the bags and boxes. What are you doing? I'm trying to make a point. Stop it. Yeah, we'll have moved. We'll get to make maybe some pack-up videos, some unpacking, some organizing Lego rooms, and finally get back to doing the city, Star Wars, classic space stuff, all that fun stuff that we were doing there before we kind of petered off and just did haul videos. So, we'll be ready. It'll be nice to have a house and a clean house again, because you can't clean when there's crap scattered everywhere, so it's just kind of a dusty cat hair mess. But this one right here, that's being mischievous and getting into everything right now, they like to hang out. Anyway, so let me know what you think. I know some of you have moved in the recent past, so what are your tips on dealing with the stress and strain and spousal desire to strangle in when you're trying to deal with this stuff? Just kidding. Actually, she's probably more ready to strangle me than her, or vice versa, because yeah, I have more stuff, obviously, since I have this Lego collection and book collection and all this fun stuff. So I'll quit ranting. Yeah, leave me your thoughts, comments, complaints, concerns, and all that down below. Remember to keep it real, and say goodbye to Kimmy. Later.